welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my face. Today I have a video which I'm really excited to do because you get to know me a bit more, and that is 50 facts about moi. Let's get started. So I was born on Friday the 13th of July 1990. I hate jelly, or jello if you're from America. I hate the stuff, it's absolutely disgusting. Anything, actually any dessert that's wobbly freaks me out, so not a fan. I once had 2 cats, 2 rabbits, 2 budgies and a mouse all at the same time, and my mum doesn't love animals. I don't really know how or why we did that, but we did. And it was like living at the vets. No, not quite. I used to say when I was younger that I wanted to have 4 boys, and I wanted 4 mummy's boys, and I am halfway there. I love sleep. I love going to sleep. I love being in bed. I love being cosy and sleepy in my bed. I'd stay in my bed all day if I could, but I've got 2 little boys to look after, so I can't really do that. This one's a bit of a weird one. I like people holding my feet. Most people hate people touching their feet, but I actually like the feeling instead of somebody who's just holding my hand, holding my feet like that, like just holding it. My dad used to do that when I was a little girl, and it's just one of the memories that I have of him when I was younger. Yeah, I like it. Not anyone, not any old stranger touching my feet, but mainly family or John. My husband. When I was 10 years old, I went on holiday to Spain with my family and I was stung by a jellyfish, and ever since then I have hated looking at fish swimming in the water, like any live fish. And I know it wasn't a fish that stung me, but it doesn't make sense, but that's just how it is. And I'm slowly getting over this, but it took like a good few years of going to an aquarium regularly to get me through it, and I'm definitely over it now. I love eating fish, but yeah, live fish swimming freaks me out. I still don't love it. Like, if it comes on the telly, I don't cry anymore, but I used to. I love cheese more than chocolate. I know this is going to be controversial, but I love a good cheddar with a bit of a bite to it. I have a tattoo on my back. I've only got one tattoo on my back, over here, like the top of my back or the bottom of my neck, and had it done for my 21st birthday. It's of a stag with like a vintage border in an oval around it. It's just black and white on my back, and I love it. I've had it for years and still like it. It has no meaning. People always ask me, why have you got a stag? I just like it, just like it. My favourite drink ever is a lovely glass of champagne, or just sparkling wine, or cava, any bubbly I love. My favourite thing to watch on Netflix currently is The Good Wife, although I've just finished season 6 and I'm gutted. I love it. I love watching season 6. Alicia is fierce. She's smoking. I can roll my tongue twice. Ugh. There you go. Oh. When I was younger, from about 7 to about 15, I was classically trained to sing, and had singing lessons every week, and I loved doing it, but I stopped when I got to my GCSEs, and I'd say I was at like my peak sounding voice was when I was about 12 or 13. I had a strong stomach muscles from all the breathing and stuff. Is that a thing? And a strong voice at that time, and I've lost it. I really would love lessons again. My favourite Starbucks drink is a skinny caramel macchiato. It's like vanilla-y milk at the bottom, and then foam, and then a shot of coffee on top, and then caramel syrup on top. So you get the caramelly coffee at first, and then it blends as you drink it. It blends into this vanilla-y milk. Oh, it's so yummy. When Saxon was born, I watched Breaking Bad for 6 weeks straight. I just watched at least one episode a day. I was obsessed. And so I'd be like breastfeeding and watching about drugs. That is responsible parenting. I have one sister called Abby. She is 22, she's 23 this month, and she is a complete babe. I love her. Love you, Ab. Okay, my first ever job was working in a cheese factory when I was 15. I was doing my GCSEs, I needed a job to like live, and well, not live, I still live with my parents, but I needed a job, and I worked in the stinkiest shop in West Sussex. I used to come home and I'd have to wear this like black polo neck, and it would just stank of cheese, and I'd have to go home and shower and wash my hair and like scrub my fingers because I stank of cheese. And then I got a job working at Starbucks, and I worked there for a couple of years, and then I worked there again when I went to uni. And then when I finished uni, I worked in a school as a teaching assistant, and then I got pregnant with Saxon, and now I'm a full-time mummy. I'm part-time talking to a camera in my bedroom like a lunatic. I got married when I was 20. I got engaged when I was 19 to Mr Steele, and he is lovely. I am a Christian and I go to church every Sunday. We've just moved to be part of a church in Thornton Heath, or Thornton Heath. I am a creature of habit. I don't like trying new things really, and for example, I have the same takeaway every time we get a takeaway. If Domino's, I have a Texas barbecue pizza. If it's Indian, I have chicken tikka masala. If it's Chinese, I have, wait, what do I have for Chinese? Lemon chicken. My favourite colour is grey. Grey, I love a bit of grey. Grey home stuff, grey clothes, grey other stuff. I grew up in Horsham, and then I moved to Bath for uni, and now I live in London. My favourite band as a child was Bewitched. I was obsessed with them, and I probably always will be because they were amazing. Oh, hey, 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 oh. I said, hey boy, sitting in the tree, mummy always wants you to come for tea. I don't even know if that's what it's. Oh, my favourite band now is not a band. My favourite current singer now is Justin Bieber. When you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no, what do you mean? Ooh. I would love to live in America. John and I both have this dream that we'll move our family one day to live in America, and I don't know why, but we just love it. I've never actually been. He actually lived there as a child, but I really want to live there and just get really fat and eat loads of hamburgers. My name backwards is Esau Elites, or it used to be Esau Snicknedge, which I actually prefer. When I am laughing, like properly laughing, I go so weak, like I can't even lift up a pen. I just like crumble inside, and this was not good when I was trying to fight my sister when I was younger, or when me and John are having play fights. I'm a loser. I just crumble because I laugh. That is a bit of a random one, sorry. I drive a Nissan Almera, and it's a bright green one, and well, like the best way to describe it is like a Heinz bean can but a bit faded, like you'd left that out in the sun for a day. And I love it. We love our car. We were given it, which was such a blessing at the time, and I don't know what I would do without a car now. But, yeah, it's really helped us. So thank you to the lovely person who gave us our car. I love doing makeup. I think whenever I've got a spare 10 minutes, I like to touch up my makeup, or in the evenings I sit and practice different makeup looks on myself, and I'd love to start doing it more on other people and build up more of a portfolio. The ultimate dream would be to do bridal makeup. That would just be so fun, to be part of someone's day and for it to be really girly. Yeah, I'd love to do that, but it might never happen, we'll see. I have really weird ability to remember song lyrics, like more than the average person, more than anything else I can remember. So when I was younger I used to have to learn my times tables in songs, and yeah, if I hear a song on the radio I know like the first verse and the chorus. And my sister's the same actually, and John just finds it really weird. My dad lives in Ireland. He is such a kind, warm man, and I really miss him, and we're hopefully going to see him in the next couple of months. John and I, when we got married, we went to St Lucia for our honeymoon, and it was lovely. We stayed in a tree house, which was a bit mental. It was just like a house in a tree, and it was so hot, and it was like the rainy season, so it would just get so hot and sticky and then it would pour down with rain. But we saw some beautiful things and did some really fun things, like swinging through the rainforest. I mean ziplining, not swinging. I didn't come up with the name Saxon. Those of you who don't actually know me, Saxon is the name of my first child. I didn't come up with the name myself, my mum did, and when we found out we were having a boy at 20 weeks, I said it to John, because I remember my mum saying it when I was younger, that she'd like to have a boy called Saxon. And John was like, I love it. And we couldn't decide for ages, because Saxon Steele is quite an unusual sounding and strong sounding name, and a bit like a character out of a book. But I'm glad we went with it because we love it and he really suits his name. And I also have another little boy, and his name is Ezra Hudson Steele. He is the sweetest little gentlest baby, and he's always happy, except for when he's not. When I was 17 I took a year out to work for the church that I was a part of, and I loved it. I worked the year of 2008, 2009, I think, yeah, and then got married in 2010, yeah. And I loved it. I didn't go to uni straight away. I used to have my tongue pierced. That's so gross, I won't put that in there. I used to have my tongue pierced when I was 17 because John didn't want me to have it, and he went away for the week, for like a week, for some like nerdy college thing, and I snuck off with my friend Hat and we went and got my tongue pierced in some like dodgy piercing place, and my tongue swelled up like a brick afterwards. It was disgusting, and I've got a photo. Well, I just got the thickest tongue in the world and I thought I looked really cool, but it just looks disgusting. I am the most impatient person I know. I mean, that is another thing I really need to work on. When I was applying for uni, I was looking at drama schools, and I wasn't gonna do what I did. I wanted to be an actress, which is ridiculous because I would hate to do that, and I'm so glad I didn't. I had a place in Central, but I had to get the grades, so I had like a conditional offer to get into Central School of Drama or whatever it's called in London, and I'm so glad I didn't get the grades because I would have hated it and dropped out probably, and I wouldn't have married John, which is such a weird thing. One of my favourite things to do is to redecorate our home, and just to make it homely, even if it's not redecorating it. But I just love making a house a home, and whenever we move I'm just like straight on it and getting it all homely because that's what I love doing. I sang to John on our wedding day, and I sang Shania Twain, You're Still the One, and when I finished I looked up and everyone in the room was crying except for John, my husband. My favourite ever flowers are white. I just love white flowers. Just love it. I just love white flowers. I don't even mind what they are. Lilies, roses, other ones. You can tell I don't get flowers very often. I never used to have breakfast until I got married. Now I love breakfast. It's my favourite meal of the day. So thanks, John. I'm glad I met you. I once dyed my hair bright orange. I mean, you think this is orange. I mean orange. Shiny terracotta orange. And that was around the same time that I had my tongue pierced, so I have no idea what I thought I was doing with my life. I always sing the harmony to a song. But before I was 16 I didn't know how to do it. I only learnt when I was 16, and literally any song that I hear I harmonise. Yeah, I'm a little harmoniser. When I was younger, if I had a boy and a girl, I wanted to call the boy Joshua and the girl Anna. That's nothing like the names that we chose, Saxon and Ezra. So you never know what you're gonna get, kids. My favourite ever sweets are wine gums. They are the best thing in the world, and they have to be Maynard's ones, like the branded ones are the best. I cry all the time. I'm such an emotional person. I cry every day, probably, like at least once a day, and it drives John mad. Actually it probably doesn't, but I feel like it drives John mad, and I will say, I'm sorry, I'm crying again. When I was pregnant, I craved pickled onions. Gross. I craved pickled onion flavour Monster Munch, smoked salmon with Ezra because it was around Christmas and I just needed that smoked salmon. What else did I crave? Whenever we watched the Great British Bake Off when I was pregnant, I craved whatever they were making. So I'm glad we lived near a shop. I'd be like, they're making fondant fancies. John, go get me some fondant fancies. They're making crumpets. John, go get me some crumpets. And he did, bless him, he always did. But it's a dangerous combination being pregnant when you're watching the Great British Bake Off. I'd love a little dog. I'd love either a dachshund or a long-haired chihuahua. And I have since I was really young, but John would just look ridiculous because he's quite a tall, skinny man. I think he'd look a bit ridiculous with a small dog. And also he hates the like yappiness. Oh, I want a little handbag dog. This is a bit of a weird one, another bodily function thing. I have a rubbish sense of smell, like the worst sense of smell ever. My mum has got the best sense of smell. She can like walk into a room and smell your perfume, know what it is. I don't have a sense of smell, it's so weird. I can smell strong stuff, but things like someone says, oh, someone's feet smell. I'm like, do they? Can't smell it. Can't smell wee. Literally don't know what wee smells like. I'm quite glad actually. If I won the lottery, I would probably give loads of money away to churches and charities and lots of good things like that, and then I would go out and buy a designer handbag, because that, my friends, is priorities. There you go, so that's 50 facts about me. Finally, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all the lovely support I've had for making this channel, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and then you get to know me a bit more. Oh, sweat patch. Too honest. That's another one. I'm too honest. I am far too honest. People always say that to me.